Jordan Irby and his partner Julia Weil visit COVID-19 testing sites often.
We get tested so that we can see our friends without being concerned that we're spreading COVID.
They'd rather have someone who's trained take samples for a lab instead of relying on at-home tests. The Weil has used self-tests before visiting elderly relatives.
The process itself was pretty easy, but I wasn't confident about what the results said.
Her instinct was right. In 2020, researchers found that in people with COVID symptoms, the antigen tests were less accurate than the PCR tests, which can take a lab 48 hours to process.
We directly compared the Binax Now antigen test to the gold standard PCR test. The antigen test missed detecting 20% of all COVID-19 cases.
There's no conclusive data yet on how well rapid antigen tests work on the Omicron variant, but people can take steps to be more confident in the results. As is, they catch about 4 in 5 positive cases. Testing too early in the infection is discouraged.
If you're testing while you're symptomatic and you have a bad cold symptoms and you have a lot of virus in your system, you're more likely to be accurate in that situation. We do often recommend multiple rapid tests, so not just one test, but you do your antigen test today, maybe test it again in 24 or 36 hours.
Dr. Peter Chen Hung, a professor of medicine in California, says pay close attention to the swabbing technique when testing at home.
Depending on the platform, you swab at least 5 to 10 times on each side, and then you put it in the reagent, and then you just basically have to time it. Not look too soon because it may be falsely negative, and not look too late because they may be unstable chemicals.
President Joe Biden's administration has promised 500 million COVID test kits for American households soon. And local governments are rushing to open new testing sites. They encourage patients to report positives to their healthcare providers. But they also emphasize testing is only one part of the answer to containing the virus.
We still caution our residents and people around the world to follow steps to prevent the spread of COVID-19 regardless of whether or not they have a negative test. That's maintaining social distancing, wearing a mask when indoors with people outside of your immediate household, and most importantly, to get vaccinated.
Veronica Balderas Iglesias for VOA News, Arlington, Virginia.